one, go. Well, here we are again. So I don't even know what Summernats is up to, but I know Fuzz and I have been coming here about 40 years. So we're going to do a walkthrough. How you travelling, Fuzz, all right?
Yeah, I'm going good,
You're going good?
Yeah, big night, but
someone said the other day, how get rid of the microphone. I'm sorry, but the only way we can get some decent sound is I'm going to have a microphone all weekend. So, mate, let's jump into it.
Yep.
And I'm the little man of cars here. And first off is Victor Bray. So let's get the camera rolling and get through the hall before all the crowd come in.
All right, let's do this.
Well, mate, how good was to see this come in and to hear it again.
Right, yep.
And what an iconic car.
It's
now I remember this cruising around. I remember back. It wasn't this car probably, but
not that car. No.
But
it's the car that's had 15 bodies and 7 new engines.
That and full metal jacket. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're going to try and just get through all. There's so many cars here, so many beautiful cars. There's 20 odd Unveils this year, and I believe this was one of them. Stunning car. It's probably good that we've got it without the lights on, actually.
Yeah. Very cool stand. This bloke didn't just buy one hat, he bought 5.
Yeah, got some on the stand as well. So we'll have to come back and get that engine bay, Fuzz, because I did see that late yesterday. Yeah, amazing build.
Looking at the top half, the bottom half looks like it might be pretty special.
So typical Summernats fashion, they keep adding more and more. So the top fuel just sitting inside the door. So we'll go back over and we'll try and do through the rows. Oh, look at that, there's Adam and Kylie. We might catch them and put them on the microphone actually, because as everybody knows, me and Fuzz really aren't the GM people. Just stick a mic in your face. Morning, guys.
Hey, how you going?
Pretty good. So we might get you to wander around with us if you like, because me and Fuzz don't know much about all these GM things, you know.
Come on, you're getting better.
And I think Trav's still in bed, so...
Yeah, we normally have Travis with us. He'll go, oh, that's that.
That's pretty cool. Kylie and I were just saying how we liked this when it first came out, this car. It's got about 1,000 Ks on it now. It still holds up pretty well. Yeah, he drives it.
I really like the treatments of the different, like gloss versus satin and the black, and the way they've got heat shielding.
It's
really
funny.
Practical.
It's funny in that when we wanted to do Stoneguard on tailspin, they said, no, you can't do that. And now it's almost becoming common. Nice Mustang. Morning, Chubb. Good. Look at that stripe treatment, that's really nice. So the hall's going to open in about half an hour, so I'll try and get through as many as I can, and then obviously we're going to get some crowd coming in as well, and we'll fight with that. But is this a new build, this one?
Yeah, this was an Unveil, I believe.
Okay. So another ProFlow car by the look of it.
The patina look seems to be an in thing at the moment.
Yeah, it's interesting, like the firewall and all's done full slick.
Yeah. Just hasn't weathered.
Yeah,
must have the bonnet shut.
Get the Merca machine going and give it a bit of weathering.
We've done a little bit of that on Trav's car the other day. They had a pretty ordinary website sticker that's been embedded into it for 30 years, so it's just standing it out.
Bit more patina.
Trigger, another new build. .427 Dart Windsor, I'm reading. 871 Blah. Nice set of Simmons.
differential parts and fabrication components. You can see it all on aeroflowperformance.com.
It's a nice treatment in the boot there with the door trim style in the boot. I like that. That looks pretty cool.
Unusual colour, isn't it?
So see the boot hinge treatment there, Fuzz?
Ah, yeah.
Wheel tubs.
Yeah.
So standard boot lid and move the hinges in.
Yeah. Make a bracket and make it work.
Pretty hard to go past red on a hot rod, isn't it? Bit of old school happening there.
Truck.
One tough GM. Just fill the engine bay up with turbos.
Just working out the pipe work for that sort of stuff would be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
It sure is. All that, when we did that twin turbo at XA, the amount of bits and pieces, if they're done for racing with wastegates and oil lines and
then trying to
CO2
change a
lines.
spark plug once it's all done.
Yeah. I was saying last night there was a car there to change the plugs, you have to take the headers off.
Yeah, I believe it.
Nice EH wagon.
The cleanest Eco Tech V6 I've ever seen.
Oh, it's a 6, there you go. See, that's why you guys are here.
Yeah.
Holden motor in a Holden, it's
I
not
might
an
have made
LS.
a fool of myself. Nice door treatment there, I like that. It's one of those dilemmas I have with the up and coming van builders. Do you put stop door trims on it, or do you try and do something a bit trendy like that and add some speakers? And now I've got to do these two so I don't miss them. Everyone would know that XAs are my pick of the ABCs, even though I'm about to do an XC. This is a little bit of mix of new and old, really. It's like a resto, but it's got, the bigger wheels, and then the trim that's in it was an option on the XYs with that style of finish. And the tartan's a big thing overseas at the moment, so they're right on form with that. Sunroof car. Sort of nice to see it done as a Fairmont GS rather than doing a whole GT mock-up. Very cool thing. So I don't have to ask you, Kylie, this is a HT because it's on the plate.
Oh, well done. See, you are learning.
Yeah.
And another 871, as you see a lot of at Summernats.
I like that with a little bit of polish and a bit of black, not all black. Righto, so we'll do row by row, otherwise I'll miss something for sure. So I've seen this down at Show Cars Melbourne. Very deep paint. When the lights, it normally picks up really good. Nice big block sitting in there with a couple of hollies. So one of the issues about the hall here, it's actually the top contenders show, even though we all call it the top 60. It's actually all of the category winners, place getters in all the different categories, and there's quite a lot of categories. So a car like this potentially would be running in maybe restored class, even though it's got some wheels on it. But they also have Fuzzy's right into that, a bit of an XY man. So all of the contenders in all those classes need to be in here, because if they're going to win something, then it should be in here, because that's what top 60 is all about. So it's not the best 60 cars, it's actually all the contenders in all the different categories. So I'm tending to think this looks like another Unveil. I don't know that I've seen this car.
I don't believe I've seen it either. I really like the gold striping that you can see all the way around it. It's quite different when you look at it up close.
Adam might call that a bit hillbilly.
Maybe, although there's no scrolls.
There's no scrolls. See the underside of the bonnet, Kylie?
Yeah, it's satin. Yeah, a lot of subtle details on this that just tie it all together.
That XE hire car we drove here in '82 didn't look like that, Fuzz, did it?
Especially after we dropped it back. Yeah, we drove it like a hire car.
So for those that might be watching for the first time, me and my mate Fuzz and their wives came to the '82 Nationals. Before it was the Summernats, it used to be the Street Machine Nationals. And then we went home and built a car and come back in '86 for the 7th Australian Street Machine Nationals. So we've been coming here a few years now. Probably before Kylie was born.
Which one's that?
82.
Yeah, well and truly.
That is very yellow. Looking through the camera, it's just glowing.
It actually looks like it's got some metallic in it too. It's not a solid.
It's got a lot of metallic.
It'd be a fun little toy, that one.
Isn't it ever?
I can't wait to see it in the driving events. I'm guessing by where it's positioned, it should be going for Grand Champion.
Yeah.
So part of the debate about the judging process and doing it at scrutineering and all, and people sort of wonder how that can happen. If I spin around here, you'll see this is what's still going on. So even though it's sort of like, you know, how can they judge it there? They're actually judging the cars. So what's done at scrutineering is about finding the cars that are potential winners, and then bringing them all in here and get them all off the ground and cleaned up so that they can actually then fully judge the cars before they announce the decisions on Saturday. Now, Kylie, I've seen this car at Paul Beck's show at Unveils, and it's quite old in the sense of, you know, show car type cars, and he does use it a lot, and the finish and presentation is really good for the age of the car and the amount of use it gets.
It's very clean.
So tell us a bit, mate. You're telling me at Paul Beck's show.
Yeah.
So how long has it sort of been finished to some extent, and sort of how much use do you get?
Okay. So the car got unveiled in 2019 here at the Summernats, and we did well there. Made a top 20 placing. Came back the following year. I knew I had a bit more in it. We were going for Grand Champion the following year. Placed the 60, got into the 10, which was out of the world, and from there the car we just did some local stuff with it and just sort of fine tuning it, driving it, and just ironing out all the bugs. Did Bathurst Auto Fest with it back in March of last year. After COVID, it didn't really do much through the COVID period. It just sort of sat around, but really gave it a good test run at Bathurst Auto Fest. Went through about 90 litres of fuel and enjoyed the car for the whole weekend.
Awesome.
And gave it an awesome shakedown.
All right, mate. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time.
Morning. How are you, buddy?
Good, buddy.
Still doing it?
I think this was another unveil.
Yeah. People often ask me how come I'm still polishing the car when you get here. Normally because you've done so much in such a short period of time to get here. When you finally get here and put it under the lights, you go, uh-oh, I need to fix a bit of that. So this is sort of their last chance really to do that. Yeah, so this would obviously be in that restored class, and almost over restored. Fuzz, they never quite look that good, I don't think. That's beautiful. Look at that. The boys have come over just to get in the camera. So this is comes out of ground level paint and panel in Sydney. I was talking to him the other day. He said he had a couple of cars to unveil. We might come back and try and get a chat to him later. Hello, Kylie.
Yeah.
HR.
HR, well done.
See, sometimes I go HD and it's the wrong one.
I never make the comment until I look around the front.
Yeah.
Read the board.
Read the blinkers. No, read the blinkers.
So this is at our motel, Fuzz, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
So this is being driven around because it drives in and out of the motel. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And so Adam's just off to the side saying it's got a bench seat in it, which you probably couldn't hear, but we'll go and check that out. What are we looking at there? LS what?
I don't know, 1 or 2.
I'm thinking 1, but could be wrong.
That's why you guys are here. It's 'cause
I know.
We don't know.
Got a very nice bench seat in it.
Very subtle, isn't it?
It is. It all ties together really, really smoothly.
Incredible amount of work in the paint. Just been through the process doing all this black trim. Got no idea how much time it takes to get all of that to look like that and then get it on there and look as good as that. So what have we got? A black roof, so two-tone that you can only just sort of pick up.
Black or a different shade of
Kylie.
I'm not sure if it's a black. It looks like it's got a bit of green in it, maybe. Hard to tell in this light.
It is a bit.
It looks like he did the city cruise as well.
Yeah, he's been honking around in it. So.
Giveaway 56 on the number plate. That's a classic looking at the old red with the black.
Can't go wrong with black and red and white on an old 50s Chevy.
So what year models the Nomad? So Adam and Kylie are about to start on a Nomad for a customer.
It's a 57.
57?
Yeah.
Now, didn't do that fair lane, did I?
No.
Be very careful I don't miss cars here because there's go up and down the rows and then you miss one. One tonner. So people may not know, but Adam and Kylie had a one tonner. Actually, Kylie had a one tonner, then Adam and Kylie had another one tonner, wasn't it? It was two different ones.
My first car was a one tonner. I had it out on the farm, and then when I met Adam, we actually built our one tonner together and took it to Denny and did all the fun ute muscle stuff you did when you were young, and yeah, such a fun car.
And of course, just went there, but you also won.
Yeah, National Bundy Ute of the Year and runner-up Denny Ute of the Show, so we had a great time with it.
And some pretty cool trophies too from that event.
Yes.
Check out the amount of rubber under the back of that.
Should get some traction. You'd need it with that in the front.
Is that meant to be in there, Kylie?
The LSA? I think yes, is the correct answer there. It's nice to see some more four-doors getting around.
Righto, so many cars. We're not even halfway yet. 440 WOG. Just in case you weren't sure with the wheel choice. It's almost sexy spec. Stitched up trim. Righto, so this is the one I was filming in Scrutineering the other night, Fuzz.
Oh, righto, when you headed off.
So this one drove into Scrutineering and sat in line and stopped and started and drove in and seemed to have no issues whatsoever. A lot of people think that so many of these cars are just show ponies and don't get used, but when you come to these events...
Give it a clean and put it in the hall.
Not going to be able to get much in there. The doors are all closed and not a lot of light. But
Trigger point ignition in it. That's all the tricky bit.
now, I think I was telling you about this one, Fuzz. This was at Motorex.
Oh, yeah.
This is out of Adelaide. So the guys doing this, the ones that are doing the quarter panels for the coupes. So they got a crew of about 6 guys there that are very handy, and they punch out quite a lot of cars. So it's Southern Classic and Customs out of Adelaide, which is a very similar name to another big shop. I like the colour combo of the trim on this car.
lot of these around in our hometown years ago. Everyone had a GDR or an XU1 or both.
Well, of course, your brother-in-law.
Pete's just repainted his. It's fully ground up. I think he painted it like just before Christmas. So.
Oh, okay. So did he buy that new?
Yep.
That's amazing. He bought it new, Kylie. Still got it. And he's restored it a couple of times.
He bought a GDR and then actually had it got written off, so he went and bought an XU1.
Oh.
And it's the purple colour, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
And that's the same guy that handmade the billet parts for Rock 3 in 1990.
That's awesome.
It all goes full circle, doesn't it?
So the moral of the story is don't sell a car. That's what I'm hearing.
So he's a carpenter, and he made all of the billet parts for that car with woodworking tools like routers and electric planes and shit like that. Yeah.
Pre-CNC days.
Yeah, well and truly.
Well before that.
So he made like the brake light, the internal mirror, the air cleaner. Here we go, boys. Girls. Hey? Another Camaro. What, 69 SS?
67.
67. So where's the telltale between 9 and 7?
A fair bit between 9 and 7, but there's not much between 7 and 8. One thing to look for is the quarter windows in the front door.
Right.
67, 68, 69s didn't have it. Grills are slightly different between 67 and 68s, but the biggest thing is just the front quarter window.
Some nice subtle ghost stripes on it too.
Where?
Exactly,
Oh,
they're subtle.
ghosting, look. There you go, that's why you got to have more eyes. I'm trying to look through a little screen. That's very cool. Might be a panel van trick.
Yeah, there you go.
I've thought about it. Look at that. A split bumper. I know what this one is. When Adam and Kylie got the one we've just painted, one of the issues with the car is that it was very poor shape and not a lot of parts on it. So they've bought a lot of repo, but we're all in that process of trying to work out how things fit. It's interesting there what they've done. So is that stock or fully modified compared to yours with the surround here?
I think that's stock. That's just the standard front, whereas Jason's got the RS front on it.
Right, okay.
So it's got that extra nose cone on it.
Why didn't you give me one of these? Would have been a lot easier.
We don't do it because it's easy, Howard.
I know that. So Adam was just saying he's just looking at the mouldings to see what's on it and where they go, because we're a little bit making it up as we go. That's a very nice colour.
It is.
Righto, so a little spin around this way. So obviously it's the Maguire's Hall, so lots of product to pick from there. Now we've got a couple of here that have been about for a couple of years now, but they're got to appreciate, and you know all about it, Kylie, to maintain these cars at this level after a few years. It's very difficult to get them back to the full clean than they are once they're assembled.
Oh, definitely, and especially for those that do see street use, it's pretty much a process of stripping it down and pulling it apart just to clean everything, polish it all and get it back together again.
So a 304 or something?
Yeah, it looks like a 304 with those rocker covers.
You have to stop this out now on your GM stuff.
No, they're trying to convert me, trying real hard. I think this one's another chick's car, Fuzz.
What gives you that idea?
Well, maybe the colour and also the number plate.
I wouldn't have picked it.
Yeah, back the other way.
Yep.
I've been fortunate enough to film this a couple of times as well, and he keeps evolving the car like most people seem to. I'm probably one of the worst offenders. But the ability to get this sort of finish on undersides of bonnets and all, it starts with the painters and the paint shops, but then it really comes down to the polishing and all the hours that are spent just trying to get rid of those last marks. And one of the things he's quite proud of is that he actually made some panels to go on the underside that are removable. So it's got the factory floor, but it's also got a filled panel that sort of gives it the show car look, but it hasn't affected the actual floor of the car. And this is another one, Kylie, that's two-tone.
It is, and I really like that they've got the spray out panel at the front to show people that may not otherwise see it, because it's very subtle.
You can maybe see there on that body line where it goes dark to light. If you're towing for work or play, make sure your vehicle's up to the task. Your gross vehicle mass can be upgraded to keep everything legal and above board. Find your nearest stockist at lovellsauto.com.au and talk to the professionals about getting your vehicle right for the job. Very cool.
Now this is more up your alley again, isn't it?
Right up Fuzz's alley. I'm a bit the next model up, but Fuzzy's got an XW Ute, which is the same as this model.
Yep.
So this is the Dandy engine one. This is another unveil. Fuzz, you want to go and grab that guy, see if he'll lift the bonnet for us? Guy on the other side cleaning it. Excuse me, mate, any chance of lifting the bonnet for me? Yeah, of course. We just take over when we get here. Stunning car, beautiful paint. The stripe colour Fuzz is a bit unusual. I don't know whether that was ever a factory thing, but it sort of really pops, doesn't it?
Yeah. They used to put the orange on the wild violet sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew they had the orange. I didn't know about on the red.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Stands out anyway.
Very nice car. So we always get a few nice hot rods at Summernats. Have we ever had a hot rod Grand Champ? Did we have one year?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure now.
Have to Google that.
Yeah, might have to look that one up later.
Hey Siri. So, little Clevo there with a nice big pump on it. Joint's starting to crank up now. Must be nearly 9 o'clock. The doors are opening and there'll be lots of people in here shortly. The camera just thought that light was a face, I think. It turned it into a, wanted to scan in on it.
Yeah.
It's a bit low for restored, but it looks very restored, but it probably not.
Not sure.
The amount of tyre under the back of it.
There's a lot of tyre.
was just saying to Fuzz before about the way that he's done the air intake for the motor there. Usually the Tiranas have got the ducts down the bottom, that bottom spoiler that go to duct the brakes, to cool the brakes.
Oh yeah.
He's actually redirected that up to his air intake. He's saying he's chopped up when he was XD Ford Falcon air filters into the rectangular shape he needed and put them in there, so it's filtered as well.
Very cool. See, all them little things. I'm not sure what to say. It obviously goes around corners.
Certainly looks that way.
Slick tyres and all on it.
It's a VL, Fuzz.
Looks like we got half a car next door.
It is.
On the trailer. It'd take long to walk around that one, mate.
No. That paint is very flat, and very, I don't know, it's just something that's working with the body line shapes and all.
Probably got to do with looking down on it too, because it's so low, like you're looking down on the paint rather than into it.
Yeah, the perspective.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just run the exhaust through the front.
See all the window treatment in the Lexus?
Yeah.
What sort of reps are sitting around when you say in the middle of it?
75, sort of the sweet spot. Yeah, so you don't want to go above 78. Yeah. What it is, like I said, it's all standing. Like the wet sun, you know, you can be in some days, so it's a bit more oil capacity there, but other than that, it's, yeah, standing cranking.
H what?
Jay.
HJ.
Yeah, we're talking to the owner of this one yesterday, and this is his first show with his car. With one of those typical street builds that got a bit out of control, but it's a beautiful car.
Look at the detail on the grille, the bumper, the chrome works.
Exclusive have done this one as well.
Oh, okay, yep. But what grabs my eye, Kylie, is just how good that grille looks and how good the bumper looks.
Yeah.
And as you know, it's very difficult to get the stuff right and then get the plater to be able to present it.
Oh, exactly, and the fitment as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's probably one of my best kids that probably would have scored.
Another exclusive street car.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Because you do travel around quite a lot even now, all the way to town, it's quite
Yeah. 3,000 days or something, a couple of 3 days. But everything's big for us, you know. We've got nothing within this 400 days of where it is.
Well, we might do the big hitter over here so we don't forget it.
Sounds good.
So this car's obviously well documented now, debuted MotorX and was the Grand Master and won all 7 golds, but We're fortunate to know what that's like, Kylie, aren't we?
We do. It's a pretty awesome achievement for anybody.
I mean, the level of modifications and I guess what I'd class as the ability to finish those modifications such a high level is outstanding on this car.
Oh, the execution on this is incredible. It's really a one of a kind from what I've seen.
Just put some light on it and see if we can. It's quite dark. It's one of those cars that you nearly need out in the sun because it's sort of drowning in its own deepness.
It is. The paint is so deep. I've seen photos of it in the sun and it really pops. But it's one of these cars that, despite seeing it before, every time I look at it, I find something I haven't seen before. It's just, there's more and more to notice every time. There's too much to take in one go.
So Fuzz, you haven't seen this before.
No, only on photos, yeah.
What are you thinking?
Well, not for me. It's a nice car, very, very.
Yeah.
But,
it's a bit polarising like another car we know.
Yeah.
In the sense that, you know, we all love XYs and then you look at it and go, yeah, okay, where did they start and where did they finish?
Yeah. No, they put a lot of, like with the blinkers and stuff, you know, just blending those in, so much work. They would have actually had to have built that.
Everywhere you look, there's so much
Oh,
work.
for sure.
I keep saying it, but on their own page or channel or in the book or something, I read there's 600 man hours in the polishing, colour sanding and polishing.
Yeah, I can
Easily.
believe that.
So it's actually just completed its rego engineering test, so the driving stuff as well. So, you know, a lot of people say, oh yeah, it's never been driven. Well, it's been on the track to fulfil its requirements to actually get the Queensland rego. And I only know that because Boss XC's engineer's doing both cars.
Yeah. Even to the point of the front spoiler, like the finish on that, they've tucked it and just finished the edges off rather than just have it wrap around.
Yeah, so you don't see the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That exhaust must have been a nightmare to build.
See all the fab work on the back of the doors and all?
Yeah, it's just everywhere you go, it's just been sharpened and
Righto, there's more cars to see, we better move on. It's interesting that we're going to go out and look at an XY and you'll see just how different the cars are. They're like chalk and cheese. So this is Ben Ambrose's car from Wollongong. So Ben, give me a hand with the filler work on that on Boss XC.
All right.
So this car, 25 years.
Yeah, that's
He's
pretty
owned
impressive.
it and been playing with it. And it made 60 last year and he's made a lot of improvements. He's been to the Hot Rod Show and stuff. You know, another drive car, but
Gets
got a
out
bit
of
carried
control.
away. And I had a bit of a look at it with him prior to, I don't know, Summernats, I think. I think he did Goulburn and then I went round and said, you really need to look at this, and really basic stuff that's about what judges are looking for. And we're going to, this year, try and cover some of that in our programs because it's the smallest things that can be just simply whether you've got all of that beautiful engine bay, but then you've got a couple of gold cad bolts somewhere that don't fit.
Yeah,
And they stand out like a sore toe. They've finished nicely, but it's the wrong thing.
Agreed.
And this car, guys, was built at home, and all that undercarriage, all painted in body colour on the floor,
Wow.
on stands. So pretty much a GT spec interior. He's got a few novel things in the boot as well. A bit of tin work there and a bit more paint. It's sort of like a 90s show car,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
It's got that feel.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on because I'm going to have a chat to him sometime over the weekend.
You notice the intake on this one's changed since Motor X.
That's it?
The Chevy, it had like an ugly hat sort of style scoop on it before, and now they've gone to the carbide look.
Okay, when I seen it at Motor X, had them on it.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Oh, okay, it must have been Summernats before then.
Right, yeah, we might talk to Mike about that. I
Yeah.
don't recall.
I think it's changed.
I know the rear end's changed. I got a feeling they've been always on it, Kylie. but
Really?
The man's up
Okay.
there, we might have to ask him.
Yeah, well,
Because he's got a boat with a similar setup on it.
right.
So this car, again, has been evolving a bit. It actually was built to be used and driven and all the usual stuff, and then it did better than he probably expected. And he's been fine-tuning, and it went back to Pat's Resto and had a Kugel rear end put in it since Motor X.
All right.
And they also repolished it, even though it came second in paint at Motor X in
Yep.
Elite. They've repolished it.
Yeah.
So
Polishing's never ending. Can always do more.
That's the thing we face, isn't it? Like in this game. Don't walk too far away. Kylie and I were just having a discussion. You were saying that she thought you'd changed from a scoop to
I
the...
thought you changed the intake on it since when I originally saw it. Has it changed? No?
Yeah, it's the
There
same
you
as your
go.
boat, isn't it?
Oh,
Or
it's
similar.
like similar, yeah.
Yep.
I'm running an injection hat on the boat now, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, mate, looking spectacular.
thanks, mate.
I like the helmet, mate. It's looking pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That's a nice little thing.
So that tends to make me think we're having a go at Grand Champ.
Yeah, mate, yeah, we'll give it a crack, mate.
Mate, why not?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
fun,
car, and I was just saying on the microphone then that it came second, I think, in paint with Motor X,
Yep.
and then you've taken it back and given it another polish.
Yeah.
It's the way it goes, isn't it?
It is, mate, yeah.
It's like I look at a lot of the cars here, and they're 2 or 3 years old, but they keep evolving and improving, and it's just amazing.
Yeah. Well, after Motor X, mate, we went back. Mixed Woods always contemplating a Kugel.
Yeah.
We were running the 90, so we thought, and we literally got back to Motor X and she said to me, she said what we'd have to do to kind of go back to Motor X and qualify next year. And I said, we've got to go and put Kugel in it.
Yeah.
Something we should have done during the build.
Yeah.
So the next morning I was on the phone to Jeff Kugel at 6 a.m. and by 6:15 I had a deposit on the Kugel.
Yeah,
and
there
we
you go.
flew it in. So,
Yeah.
and we put some belly pans, lubricant belly pans
Yeah,
under the side,
yeah.
just to tidy up underneath.
Mate, I love it. So good luck on Sunday.
Cheers, mate.
And
Appreciate it.
I might even wander back over later. We're going to do a few standout cars. I've got to find a few Fords, mate. Everything I want to do is a bloody Chev, so I've got to find a few Fords as well. All right, mate. Enjoy the weekend.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, guys.
So there you go. So the car, I was talking to him last night. He believes they ran 8th at Motor X in Elite, and he went home the next day, ordered a quite expensive rear end to go in it because we can go better. So that's the game that we're all playing now. And I'm trying to get a picture of that nice Kugel rear end. He's hidden it.
It's in the plush pile.
Right, it's another Holden. So, I've seen this car last year, and I've filmed it a couple of times at different shows. The Hot Rod Show in Sydney, which is coming up in May, and Show Cars Melbourne, which is coming up in February, which I'm going to get to those shows. And it's just got something about it.
It is. It's just black and black. And yeah, it's very, very straight.
And I mean, as you know, I'm not a big black on black fan, but this car for some reason does work.
It does.
And once again, it's one of those you'd love to see outside with a bit of sunlight.
Yeah, I do love
some of the highlights.
Do love the red trim as well, especially that deep red. I think it just gives it enough contrast.
Thank you. How we doing?
Hey, buddy.
Good, mate. Self?
Right, mate. Can we open it up for him?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Go open. Yeah.
So I was just saying that I'm not necessarily a big black on black fan, but this works. For some reason it works.
Thanks,
the bay, and and I've filmed it a few times now. But
You have, mate.
yeah, it's a stunning car.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll just stick this in your face so
course,
if you
mate.
say anything. So.
Of course, mate.
So do you get it out much at all? Is it something?
Haven't as yet. We're still doing those main shows. Once we got a Super 6 Superstars invite, so we'll get over to there and hopefully get to the exhibition buildings.
Yep.
They're going to have it at the showgrounds in August this year. So once we get that one over and done with, I'll do the engineering side of it and we'll get it out and have a drive, mate.
So I don't know if you've talked to Owen much about it, but with Superstars, the stand is part of your points. So when you get judged, the actual stand that it's sitting on has a large
It has
to do with
impact.
Yeah. So, a lot of people don't understand it can be a really cool car that doesn't make the six, but
Correct.
if they don't have it on a professional stand almost.
Correct.
And I think it's like 100 points out of 1100.
We've got a separate stand for it where we got the blocks with the bollards and we got the LED lighting on the car all the way around, and I keep that stand separate for the Superstars.
Cool. Yeah, awesome.
Last year Superstars we had that stand.
Oh, righto.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So
awesome.
I'm same as you, Howard. It's the impact and the you scored it.
Yeah, and I guess it's an
Superstars.
understanding. A lot of people don't quite get that there's more to it than meets the eye. Joe
100%.
Blogg's looking at it, don't really understand
Correct.
that you can get a really nice car at that event.
Yeah.
And if the guy's sort of got a late entry and whacks it in there and doesn't understand that he's got to put on a show,
Correct.
it makes a difference.
Correct.
All right, mate. Nice to chat to you.
No, cheers. Thank you.
And we'll keep moving on.
Good to see you, boys.
And
So we're in that position now where we're looking at a car that we're not quite sure why it's in here because it's totally different. And like I said earlier, there's all these classes that you got to think about. And people wondered when we built Choppet with the neighbour, or the neighbour built the Choppet and I give him a hand, I said to him, we'll put it in elite in exhibition. And it ended up a top 60 car as a cruiser because it was in the right class.
Yeah, that's right. There weren't many exhibition vehicles, so in he goes.
And as I was just talking with the guy with the Monaro there, you need to know the system. If you're going to get involved in this game, you're watching this show, you need to understand what the process is.
Don't build a coupe.
So this could be in exhibition class, which is normally, back in the day when everyone used to build the cars, Pro Bag used to do the little larder and all that stuff. Well, they used to be in exhibition class.
I think the Magna as well.
Yeah,
was exhibition,
yeah, all that sort of stuff. Righto, so where do we get to? We've got to go over here now.
Hot rod.
I'm trying to absorb that, the banner, and that must have been red once. Yeah. Maybe that's before and after.
built, not bought.
Sorry, mate, I won't walk in front of you.
I thought you might have to get on YouTube, mate.
It's a good car out in the paddock if you want to put it on YouTube.
Now, this was here last year, and it has a phenomenal amount of work in it. It's just incredible.
All the pretty bits and the go fast bits. And
I feel like I'm at SEMA listening to that guy on the microphone in the background up there on the telly with the American accent.
I think I've seen more Venetians this year than I've noticed in previous years too.
Oh, the
They're making a comeback.
They're coming back. Yeah. We'll have to get onto that market.
So you talk about progress in cars. This car goes way, way back from the original build, and it got redone again with the second owner, and now it's been redone again. And I know that they continue to evolve it. They were building a new fiberglass bonnet for it, which I'm guessing that's probably it now, because the old one was a bit heavy. So they keep doing work that if you don't know them and you don't know the car, you wouldn't know.
I was talking to the owner of this one yesterday, and he's hoping that he can scrape into the 10 this year, and if so, it would be the 9th time this car's made top 10.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to scrape in.
Well, no, but there's a lot of really good cars.
Oh, there
it's a
is.
brilliant car, but he's hoping if he makes into the 10, but yeah, 9 times for a single car.
So it was always very novel being the supercharged 6, but it also has no side glass and the suicide doors. It really was always built as a show car, and I guess to some extent I was a little bit responsible for some of those things back when this was built, because the theory always was if there's nothing to see, there's nothing to take points away. But I think the game's evolved a lot now, and you look at the newer builds, they're totally different, but this thing is always immaculately presented.
Very, very clean.
Well, Fuzz, I'm thinking that Kylie's pinched a bit of your limelight, mate, today.
That's all right, mate.
You have broad shoulders.
I've got broad shoulders.
Can't help it if there's lots of Holdens in here.
I'll make a comeback tomorrow.
That colour, look at that colour, that is just popping, isn't it? Hey,
Yeah, this is a Canberra
Hey,
car.
mate. Hey, mate. Interview, mate?
so you see it out and about?
Yeah, so Glenn Noonan owns this
been
one. He's
upstage.
had it on the road for quite a few
Upstage.
years. It was debuted at Motorex. He's gone through the engineering process, got it all registered, and it's now on the road. So yeah, it's good.
iPhone away from me.
That must, in the sun, coming down the road,
Oh, it's
just must
beautiful.
beaming,
Yeah.
absolutely beaming.
Seen Darren, have you?
No.
He's wounded. He's back in the room wounded.
Righto, so we've got a couple to do along the side here and we're done.
No. It's all about training, mate.
20 years experience, eh?
So you guys never been much of a Tirana people?
No, not so much. I don't know whether it's just the cars we were brought up with, but we haven't gotten into the Tiranas personally.
Not old enough.
Maybe that's what it is. This is Caroline's
Now, you
Tirana.
know, I did one of those, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Luigi's Tirana, we did that. Lou Priori from Broken Hill, we did that. Summernats 3 or 4 at one standard paint.
Oh, nice.
All
Well, this
those
is
years ago.
Caroline Hayes, so she debuted this at Summernats last year.
And of course, this was built for
Drag racing.
Drag Week.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how she goes with it. It's a beautiful car.
Become a big thing now, isn't it, the old Drag Week? Mm-hmm. And it'll probably get even bigger now that, of course, Summernats, the team from Summernats and that whole company now owning Street Machine magazine, have owned Drag Week.
Be good to see what comes of
Be
it.
interesting to see just how much more that gets pumped.
And this is a classic, this one. This has been around for a long time, this car. F and Tough One is what it's known as. These guys actually came to our rescue, one of our first Summernats in the 1-tonner. We almost lost a wheel. First time we'd run billets and hadn't torqued them up enough, and they lent us their torque wrench so that we could tighten up our billets right
Some
outside the
old-school
judging hall.
billets. And I mean, that's the thing about it, really is a big family.
Yeah, we didn't know them from anyone, and they were straight out to help us, which was really good. It was just about to roll into judging and we nearly lost a wheel. So,
I was thinking we could finish with a Capri, Fuzz, but I've missed the Commodore.
We can finish with a real car.
Hey?
We can finish with a real car.
Actually, we haven't done those two, have we? Fuzz has just spotted a ute that we haven't done anyhow, so...
Tony Road. Oh, crappy.
a nice XRU. So this is Steve's own car, Steve Aldrich.
Yeah, yes it is.
So I've been hearing about it for a long time, so now we get to see it.
It's one of the challenges of building lots of cars is getting time to build your own.
And the expectation that you're going to build something totally over the top, when really all you want's a nice driver. By the look of this one, it's has that nice factory feel with a little bit of their shop flavour.
All the pretty bits underneath and the go fast bits. So.
And this is a time when you do want the CAD plate to go with all the other plate, because it works.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is the hard part, is to
Where the cut-off line of where you want CAD plate, but I need a shiny one there, but you can't. It just doesn't work. Very unusual, that Honda.
It is. It's a little bit of Galaxy.
Yeah.
The teardrop Galaxy with another twist to it. Well, one more to go, and that's out of the same shop, out of Deluxe. So this debuted at Motorex. Did very well at the Hot Rod Show in Sydney. And this is actually one of the workers from Deluxe, owns this one.
Right.
And this was apparently every weekend they'd all help out and have a barbecue and all. And then when it was finished, it's like, we need to modify it because we don't have a reason to get together anymore.
So what do car people do when they're not working on cars through the week? They work on them on the weekends.
That's exactly right. Well, I think that's pretty much a wrap. Thanks to Adam and Kylie for coming in. Crowd's starting to roll in now, so go and get this to Louise and she can try and turn it into something for us. And we look forward to bringing you more and more stuff all year. So Lovells have come back on board to get me around the shows again, and we'll be doing lots more with PPG throughout the year. And we'll try and keep an eye on Adam and Kylie with the Camaro to make sure that we keep up to date where that's up to. So thanks very much. And as I always say, bye for now.